Thanks for joining us here on this Thursday at noon. I'm Brooke Hash. PRP firefighters battled fire and ice this morning after an early morning fire destroyed a church. This is what's left of the Highland Park Missionary Baptist Church over off Shanks Lane. It happened around 12:15 this morning in the St. Denis neighborhood. PRP Fire said one firefighter was treated at the hospital for a minor injury and released. It's unclear if anyone was inside that church when the fire started. Our Conroy Deluche is there at the scene talking to a pastor who's been there 24 years now. Said that church had been a staple in that community the last 30 years. Obviously, a lot of them overcome by what just happened. We'll keep you updated. Well, this was the scene just hours ago in downtown Louisville after a TARC bus jumped the curb and crashed into a parking lot. LMPD said another commercial vehicle was involved in that crash. You can see the snow and ice along the route, but it's unclear if that played a factor. The bus had patrons on board. TARC said the driver and two passengers suffered minor injuries and were treated at the hospital. This happened at the intersection of South Brook and East Jefferson around 8:45 this morning. Wouldn't be surprised if any of the ice, black ice, and just the snow and the snowbanks in downtown Louisville were a factor in that crash. We'll let you know. We're looking at snow possibly more this weekend.
Yeah, it'll really be just a light dusting of snow for Friday. So we're looking at more Friday morning for this overall for us. But not going to see terrible impacts, but we do have a weather impact alert day for that for your Friday. So some light snow will be the first part of this and towards your Friday morning, and then eventually at least sub-zero temperatures will roll in Friday night into Saturday morning. So kind of a double whammy when it comes to the light snow and those really sub-zero temperatures. So driver caution overall as you go towards your Friday morning commute. Give you a look downtown, still seeing some of that ice on the Ohio River for this afternoon. Current temperatures right now just into the mid to low 20s across most areas. 18 degrees in the Seymour, but you head down to Louisville, 24 degrees. Even in places like Munfordville and Hodgensville sitting into the mid 20s as well. But those feel like temperatures still a little bit cold. We've seen some improvements for today as temperatures are just into the mid 20s for those feel like temperatures outside for you. That hourly planner, eventually we'll see temperatures rise up and just into the upper 20s for highs today and dipping back down into the lower 20s by tonight's hometown forecast. Will keep us possibly closer to the single digits once again, as temps will be into the lower teens across the area. Places further south, though, only into the lower 20s. So to give you a look at hometown forecast, tomorrow will be another cold day out there. Not really seeing temperatures above freezing once again, and we'll have likely that light snow on the way for us as we look at your weather headlines. Yeah, that light snow on the way for your Friday. The weekend's still going to be a cold one, but Monday is looking like some above freezing conditions finally as we head towards next week. I'll be telling out all those details, including that light snow, on the way for tomorrow in just a few minutes. Back over to you, Brooke.
Matthew, thank you. A tough update on Kentucky's winter storm. This time yesterday, we knew of 3 confirmed deaths in Kentucky related to this weather. That number is now 11. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg said a man from Louisville was one of them. We've learned others died in Davis, Owen, and Graves County. A 72-year-old woman from Whitley County and a 48-year-old man died out of Morgan County. Our Clary Shaley and photojournalist Levi Hammer have more on the man who died in Louisville's Portland area.
Hey.
Tiny, how you been?
I've been all right. How about you?
In the snow and temperatures that feel much colder than they are.
I need hot chocolate.
Food, clothes, and essentials to staying warm are given freely at the Circle K near South 3rd Street and West Lansing Avenue.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
By people with warm hearts.
Come and see me at Arthur Street next Thursday.
Tiny Heron with Forgotten Louisville is the head of it, continuing her outreach. She says she knows of and has helped the man who died during the winter storm, an unhoused man in the city.
And this is why we're out here, because this should not be happening. Not in my city.
Mayor Craig Greenberg confirmed the death.
Richard Marshall, 55 years old, passed away over the weekend after being found outside in really grave condition.
Marshall is among the Kentuckians who've died because of the winter storm. Many knew him, hanging around Jay's Tire Shop at 18th and West Market Streets.
Yeah, I've heard accounts of, how he was found with no shoes on. I don't know how that happened. I just don't know how that happened. I don't know how anyone could ride past and see someone freezing with no shoes on and not make a phone call to someone.
Heron says Marshall knew of the resources available, but was nowhere close to an emergency shelter.
Let me get you some gloves, okay?
Forgotten Louisville and other volunteers try to touch as many as they can.
The need is so great. Our shelter systems are full. All of our shelters are located in one central area.
And ask you watch out for your unhoused neighbor as freezing temperatures persist throughout the weekend. Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side.
Those near zero temperatures are reaching Louisville's water supply. The city dealing with busted pipes and water main lines breaking all over due to the cold grip. Since Friday, Louisville Water told us that they've repaired more than 70 water main breaks.
We really have a couple of priorities. One is making sure that we continue to provide safe, high-quality drinking water. The second thing is safety for our crews who are repairing that break, and also for the public, making sure that we maintain a safe area and that we restore service as quickly as possible.
Now, during these colder weather months, remember to keep your faucets dripping and the cabinet doors open to them to help prevent frozen pipes. A Senate bill filed in Frankfort wants to make it easier to have locally grown food in your children's school. The authors of the bill say it would be much healthier for your child. Our Alex Dieter and photojournalist Aspen Hester explain.
Fruit and vegetables, fresh food that hasn't been processed. A bill has been filed in the Kentucky Senate to make it easier to have locally grown food in your kids' school.
It's better to get that nutritious food in there for their brains, for their brain capacity, their capacity to learn, their capacity to have nutrient-dense, real food in the cafeterias.
Dana Feldman, executive director of the Office for Consumer and Environmental Protection, says Senate Bill 5 removes barriers that have made it difficult for Kentucky school districts to purchase local products.
There's a lot of rules and regulations that schools must follow. A lot of those are at the federal level.
The bill was filed by Senator Jason Howell of Murray. And if passed, it would give districts the opportunity to work directly with local farmers.
The students love it. It's healthier. It's more nutritious. The food service directors and their staff love working with local products and really love creating relationships with local farmers.
A statewide push to improve health through local food.
Students that have access to produce and vegetables and fruits and vegetables and a balanced, healthy diet, they're going to be able to pay attention longer. They're going to be less hungry, less distractible, and more able to focus on their studies.
Michelle Shaker with Norton Children's Prevention and Wellness says good nutrition for students starts at home.
The parents and guardians are going to be your best modeling for those behaviors. And so eating healthy at home, having your healthy habits, those are going to be things that your kids see and then adapt.
Senate Bill 5 was filed as a priority in the Senate. 6 of the 10 priority bills are focused on education. Alex Dieter, WHAS 11 on your side.
That bill is now waiting to be assigned to a committee in the Senate. Well, Kentucky's House Judiciary Committee just voted to pass a proposal that would prevent child sexual abuse by arresting the abusers before that assault happens. House Bill 4 would make grooming a crime punishable by several years in prison. The penalties would be much harsher for people who hold positions of authority like a teacher or a coach. Some lawmakers had concerns about this scaring health and sex ed teachers from doing their jobs.
So someone saying, hey, I'm having, these issues with my body or whatever, that is nowhere near the language of this statute. Nowhere near it. So continue to have those conversations. You should be having those conversations if appropriate in that particular context. This statute is nowhere near that conduct.
That bill now advances to the full House floor for a potential vote later this year.